Greetings and salutations, folks. My name's Nick, and welcome back to Death Stranding 2 on the beach, where we return once again to the continent of Australia. As we're making our way downtown, Phases Past. I don't know the rest of the song, actually. But we've discovered the highway, which is exciting. The highway in this game. I didn't realize that Mexico is necessarily going to be essentially just kind of like this offside tutorial area. Which kind of makes like that area of the game to kind of be like, why would you even build too many things there if most people really aren't going to see it? Whereas, like, I feel like this area has a lot of... That's not the map button. This area has a lot of back and forth. Please rebuild the roads. I don't know how far we are. Like, how does this exist as a place to be building? Like, are we on a shared server? Like, how does my Death Stranding 2... Let's see, deliver paintings of Australia before the Death Stranding. Where am I taking it to? I'm taking it back to the Western Environmental Observatory. Okay, that's fine. That's easy. I don't even need a route. And also, let's actually see if we can... Now there's the large spare ammo container. So we could probably get rid of the existing one, the smaller ones. Actually, no, that takes up a lot of space. Huh. I would have to get rid of a couple of grenade pouches, which, you know, I probably don't need all of them. And then we can move... I have to move them individually so that they look nice and organized. I can't have it looking like an unorganized back. People be like, what are you doing? Is this the kind of porter that we can trust to carry along our breakable goods? There we go. Can't even... Oh, I was going to say, can't even see it. Nope, they're all the way over there. Yeah, I'm not even going to simulate this route. I've had to go to the observatory once. Back from the observatory. Back to the observatory again. Now back to the governor's place. Now back to the observatory again. And it's a very short route. There's not too much going on in this. It is such a short route that I am willing to risk driving a vehicle there. And I am a terrible driver. So much so that when I drive normally and there are terrain conditions to be worried about. Like, I would worry about the condition of the packages. Why is this bridge there? Who is this bridge assisting in any way, shape, or form? Like, the emergence of the highway has definitely created, like, that bridge is now no longer so necessary, considering the fact that there's a highway that just stretches over the water over here. And you're able to build that bridge before you have access to the highway. But for now, let's worry about dropping off. I know it's very impressive work. You're like, wow, you managed to drive slightly across the way. It hasn't even been a minute. Has it? Either way, it's been pretty quick. We're already here. We're already depositing this this item.
Oh, hey, it's you. Always looking out for us.
Yes, that's my name. Always looking out for us.
I certainly can't find anything to...
Oh, did I get the...
Data will be of use to you. Take it.
A device that reduces the amount of damage taken from electrical attacks.
We're increasing your allocation of materials. Hope it makes you lot...
Ah, that was a Legend of Legends rank because that was a breakable item.
I've shared data with you for an electric shock absorber you can attach to your backpack. While equipped, it'll reduce the damage you suffer when struck by electrical attacks. Even better, it'll also harness some of the juice to recharge your batteries.
Which is not bad. That makes it better than just a resistance against electricity. Because if it just protected against electricity a little bit more, then it would be like, I don't know, it doesn't sound that important. Oh, yeah.
You noticed that sign, Sam? I think someone might need help. I don't know, perhaps we could lend them a hand if we have time.
We could if we had time.
With assistance, we can always build a sign of our own.
We would if we had time. Oh yeah, I forgot. I got the mobility legs. Well, let's take a look and see what we have to do to... Is this... Is this the auto paver? Contributes to an auto paver to restore a section of road in that location. So we've got the metals. We just need ceramics and chiral crystals. Okay, I can do the chiral crystals pretty easily. How many ceramics did we need? 160? Yeah, I probably should have driven. All right, well, let's see. We got some special alloys. Maybe we should just pick those up. Got a ladder. An enemy ladder. Completely different from a regular ladder. This ladder worked for the enemy. Let's grab some resins. Let's grab some metals, and let's take a look and see what is inside the enemy post box. The mule. Which, like, I have the option to... is that holographic thing the skill that locks the luggage in place so it doesn't go flying elsewhere? Yeah, I had the option to hack faster, but I just don't see the point. That goes to the lone commander. Interesting. Ooh, an Ebola gun. Okay. Yeah. That's where I came from, right? All right, let's at least pick up a job. Maybe there's a job that goes back to the lone commander. Maybe there's a job that will take us in that direction. Either way, we can also store some of these. All right. And then, actually, before we do the lone commander stuff, we need to claim some ceramics. 160. Oof. And then part of me wants to avoid using the vehicle because I'm usually terrible with it, but I am using it for the purposes of extending the road. Okay. I wonder which direction the road is going to be built. Because I only needs the 160. And then it should auto-pave its way. But I imagine it only auto-paves until the next piece of chiral network. Yes, it'll pave it in front of us. Nice. We restored a section of the road. Recover 2 plate gate fragments. Interesting. That's way southeast of here, southeast of the governor's base. Back the way I came. That's not bad. Especially since I'm planning to go back to the lone commander. Well, let's take a look and see what deliveries need to be heading out anyway. See if there's any deliveries that need to go back to the governor's place. See if there are any deliveries that have to go back to the lone commander. And hopefully, like, I know the main quest is to go back to the ship. Restore the Smoke Hill mine. Which is in the direction of the lone commander. Deliver 480 special alloys. No. So we are going to go on the road. We're going to stop there. And then make our way up there. And we don't really need anything beyond that. We're not going to worry about building any protection against electricity.
Order accepted. Thank you.
You know, that's not as heavy as I was expecting it to be. It's only like brought us up to 100. All right. Yeah, we got like two. Is that another bridge way off in the distance? There's so many bridges. But we don't even work for bridges anymore. We work for, Who do we work for again? Oh no. Drawbridge. We work for Drawbridge, not regular bridge. All right, so I'm only going to drive this for a little bit. I think this actually might be where I get out of this car. Because once things start to get a little rugged, then that increases the odds that I will damage my packages. This is not terribly rugged. We can deal with this. Element of rugged. Okay, I'm kind of curious as to... Huh.
Cargo is nearly ruined, Sam. Proceed with the utmost caution.
Okay, so I was imagining... that I could just jump across. The answer is clearly no. But for some reason, I was like, this is a game that has a jump button. You can jump. You can grab onto ledges. Surely the distance between this platform and the next platform is not so long that I will not be able to make this jump. And, you know, what I should have done then is I should have just saved my game. If I'm going to do something that I'm not sure about, which doesn't involve enemies, I should probably save my game. Heck, even if enemies are involved. Like, it won't hurt to save your game. You can. You have the power. I have the ability. I can make it happen. And yet, I decided I was so confident in Sam's ability to jump My ability to jump to conclusions was so strong that I was willing to make the risk.
Okay. Thank you kindly.
I'm not a fan of when games have multiple buttons that do different, or sorry, the same button that does different things. Like, you press the same button to call out hello that you do to like. So what I should have done is saved my game. I also didn't run. So I should have run as well. Got like a fly buzzing around in here. Okay, so the first jump seemed a little easier. No, step. Ah. Thank you.
Cargo is nearly ruined, Sam.
It seems like he doesn't jump, though. Like, sometimes he jumps, sometimes he's like, you know, I'm not going to jump. You know, you wanted me to jump? I don't care about your button presses. Like, I don't know if it's like I'm hitting the button too late. Either way, let's toss down one of our ladders. We got a couple of them. There we go. Is there a road that can go here as well? Because it looks like there's an auto paver here. So it needs 210 chiral crystals. $600 metals, 840 ceramics. Yeah, I don't have the metals or the ceramics on me. All right, where am I in relation to them? I guess I'm pretty close. I futzed around with the jumping, maybe a little bit too, not too much, but that didn't hold us back that long. But in theory, this area is supposed to be able to help provide minerals and supply for the road. Also, I wonder if I wonder if Hideo Kojima has read the book The Road by Cormac McCarthy. I feel like he probably has. View the materials required to restore this facility. Select. Well, I'm guessing there's going to be multiple mines that we restore throughout the map. This time we're given the materials, but later on we might not. Or maybe we can upgrade our mine so that it mines more minerals. That would totally rock.
The mine's up and running again. Time to inform the staff at the Western Environmental Observatory. Sam, when we first arrived, you may have seen a sign requesting assistance with road restoration. Since we're here, why don't we mine a little? That way we might obtain the necessary materials to finish the job.
I already finished the job. Also, is this mining chiral crystals? Because there are a lot of chiral crystals in this area. Also, I would imagine... What are you guys? I would imagine that a fast travel system in this game would be one of those things that's like, okay, it would sound convenient, but it also kind of would go against the idea of the game. Once the necessary materials have been contributed, mining will begin and more materials will be produced. Oh, interesting. It mines ceramics. I wonder how often you can get it to mine ceramics. Okay, well, we need ceramics for that road. We need ceramics and metal. Nope, no. Oh, that's... We got things needed to be carried everywhere. People are just dropping their crap all over the place. Okay. Let's donate the ceramics we have on our person. I feel like this today is going to be spent doing a lot of just kind of wandering about and not making progress in the game itself, or should I say in the story itself. But I feel like this goes back to what I was discussing all the way at the beginning of this playthrough, and that is the idea that I need to focus more on treating this game as more of a journey and less of a destination, of less of like complete missions in order to acquire achievement. Because I feel like that's what kind of held me back from really getting into Death Stranding 1, is treating it like a set of missions. Arguably, Metal Gear Solid 5 as well, because I feel like with Metal Gear Solid 5, it has more missions than it necessarily needs to tell its story, especially since its story largely stops for the longest time. Before it kicks up again towards the end. But a lot of the game is just spent doing missions and experimenting with the different situations that you find yourself in. Experimenting with the mechanics of the game. And you're more likely to be experimenting with the mechanics of the game if you're less focused on just finishing the job and more focused on trying things out. And I feel like Metal Gear Solid 5, Death Stranding 1, I don't need resins. I need metals. Get me metals. I wonder what happens if I try to donate this. Excess materials will be stored in your backpack or offloaded as cargo. All right. Okay.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route.
All right. Now we've got a couple boxes that we can take to the lone commander. Do we have to? The answer is not really. Like, at this, like these are just side mission. Also, what is that bridge even connecting to? Who are these people that are just building bridges out in the middle of nowhere that connect nothing with nothing? Like, what benefit? Is this bridge offering anybody who traverses it? It's a little bit easier to see items on the side of the hill, though, now that I think about it. I think that's possibly a dropped package. Maybe that's a dropped package for the lone commander, which would be very convenient since we're trying to make our way back up to him. Although the slope of this hill is definitely slowing Sam down a little bit. I don't need resins, though. Like, I'll pick them up, and then I'll store them at the lone commander's place. But the lone commander, he's a little remote. Like, his location is not exactly very convenient for delivering items. But I suppose that's the idea of Death Stranding, the idea of porters. Since porters are themselves a very cultural thing. More for Japan than they are for America. where you have those people who live out in the mountains and in the hills, away from civilization, who still order packages and can order packages and have those or have things brought to them. Nope, hold on. Rope, please. Or, like, so previously I was wondering whether or not the presence of the chiral network removes BTs from the area. Or are they kind of like the weather? Like they come and go with the timefall? I think that's what might be going on. I have no... Maybe they just came and then they went. The BTs weren't sure of themselves. Either way, there's a post box over here. Let's see what's in it. Ah, okay. I forget that you can actually hide in the post box. Let's donate. Is that like a... I've never actually used the shared locker. Okay. My bad.
Thank you for your cooperation. All contributions are welcome.
I'm tempted on grabbing a ladder because I used two. I feel like I'm also kind of like on the edge of BT space. Like the BTs are way off that away. And I'm like just on the border of their placement.
I will always support you. Good morning to you.
Appreciate you coming, Sam.
No problem at all. I got a decent amount of stuff for you.
Out and about working even in this weather. You just don't quit.
Nope.
Of all the things I never expected to receive, you bloody ripper.
I don't know what that means. I'm assuming it's good. Ah, we have 3 stars.
Bloke like you
And we
should
got
be
his
able to
gun.
make good use of this data. Take a look.
I kind of like my grenade gun, which I still haven't made yet.
How are you doing for materials? Because I'm upping the amount.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Bridge link now. We've done some bridge linking. Oh, no, because we built the bridge. Yes. Use timefall to recharge Sam's battery. All right. Bridge link is quite literally linking the bridge, the highway.
I've shared a schematic for a new weapon with you. A silenced handgun.
I'm actually tempted to grab that instead of the grenade, though.
Pop someone in the noggin and they'll drop like a rock. Effect's the same if you hit him anywhere else, actually. Just takes longer to kick in. This little fella can be very useful for when you want to remain unnoticed while sneaking through enemy territory. Matter of fact, I once secured an entire enemy outpost with one of these. So bear in mind it's got that kind of potential. Hope it serves you well in the field.
Yeah, let's assemble one of these. Okay, I need 600 metals. Yeast paste. All right. Ah, it's Sinkerson. Fox wire. Oh, whew. I was worried. Okay, metals. We need 600. I'm sure this is going to go fine. Okay, hold on. We're going to really need to make a route. We want to get to the auto paver there. We are here.
Commencing route creation.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. Let's go to the climbing anchor. And I feel like now that we've got the chiral network, it gives us a lot more in regards to options for travel. You're able to fabricate silent trank handguns now, but have you tried using one yet? No, I just left your base, lone commander. Mind you don't dilly-dally out there, though. Sleeping enemies will wake up eventually. Sam, you've rebuilt the road. Thank you. Did you know that roads have a charging band in the middle? Batteries won't be drained if you drive along that part. Nice. Like, it's asking me to hold my breath. But I don't see any BTs. Oh, never mind. There's one. Now, I would imagine running in any direction in this game without looking. Like, walking and not looking where you're going in real life is already dangerous. But I would imagine it is more so... Nah, it's not more so in Death Stranding. It's less so, because if you're not watching where you're going and you injure yourself in real life, you will be injured in real life. Imagine that. Who would have thought? Ooh, a road I restored was used by somebody else. Fantastic. But if you walk where you're going and without knowing where you're going in Death Stranding, you're liable to fall. And then you'll have to reload your... No. See what I'm talking about? Having the same button for different actions. Like, square is climb, but it is also grab. Okay, for a second there, I thought, like, one of these packages just flew off, but that was just the end of the rope. There we go. But no, walking and not looking where you walk requires a certain degree of confidence that is either built out of awareness or ignorance. And you want to make sure that it is more of the former and less of the latter. I do like seeing that floating Metal Gear off in the distance. That is a fun sight to the landscape. So while we're making our way to the road drop-off point, I have a favorite quote that uses the words former, like as in former or latter. It is from a pornography, of all things. Was it a good porno? The answer is no. I never watched anything past the specific line of dialogue, because once I reached that point, I turned it off. I was like, I could not bear to witness any more of this. At the beginning of this thing, this man and this woman, well dressed, fancy house. Woman goes to the man. Are you here to ask me 21 questions or to fuck me? And then the man, he grasps her about the shoulders, pulls her in close, looks into her eyes and says, the latter.
Okay.
And then the music starts, and I'm like... like, that is like the barest conceit in storytelling. Add. Add. If you happen to know which porno that was from, triple bonus points to you. That way I can go back and actually see what the hell happens. But I'm pretty sure I've got a pretty decent idea. He fixes her cable. That's what happens. Bonus points if you know what movie that's from. Why does it play that sound when you finish the road? Da, 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 da. Like what? That's like an old timey song. Ah, have we connected the road all the way from the Smoke Hill mine down to the next chiral network? Fantastic. That's sad. We might as well grab these items that we saw before that were supposed to go to the governor's base. Maybe we'll grab them. It depends on how inconvenient they are. Ah. People are already using my roads. Right now, I'm not using my road, but that's okay because somebody decided they wanted to drop their diary, like off in the middle of nowhere. Old Oz is just writing up his diary over by the rocks. All right.
Grin and bear it.
Okay, we got rid of one of the flies. Through Palm Strike and Karate Chop. So if Star Trek taught you anything, it's that the Palm Strike is effective, even against flies. I have not watched enough of the show to see if they do any judo chops. What's the difference between a judo chop and a karate chop? Do you just not announce a karate chop before you chop? Okay. I feel like what I really need is a compass on the screen, because I often find myself unaware of which direction north is. Okay, where am I in regards to... the governor's base? More stuff for the governor's base. Right next to the governor's base.
Okay.
Might as well grab them. Hey, Governor, I got your diary and your headache pills that you wrote about in your diary. Good day, old Oz. And your yeast paste. Okay, I feel like what I have to do today is I have to do at least one mission to progress the plot.
Let me just take a look at our active orders.
So once this is done, we're going to return to the Metal Gear. I probably to the Magellan.
Delivery as well.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Increases the total number of strand contracts SAN can form. Provides a warning when attempting to build a structure in a flood-prone area.
Looks like we owe you another one. And I doubt it'll be the last.
Okay, do we have any cargo that's meant to go somewhere? Why do we have a used climbing anchor? When did I pick that up? Yeah. Nice. Other porters are pleased with me. Fantastic. All right, let's go back to our room. I wonder, can you upgrade? There's still one more fly in this room, but he is not conveniently flying and landing directly in front of me, so he still gets to live. Okay, so there's no upgrading the road. Let's see, we also need to get a screenshot for the thumbnail. I think it's going to have to be the Magellan because we haven't really done much today besides driving back and forth. Let's see, do you have any jobs for me, by the way? Now that I've done the one with the mine. I have a reportable quest? I do.
Glad you could make it all the way out, Sam. Right then,
supply of natural resources. And with raw materials like that at your disposal, you'd have an easier time making deliveries. It's a good reason to restore any other mines you happen to come across further down the road.
And to restore the road while I'm
Oh, yeah.
making those repairs.
There are some much bigger mines even. Used to be you could find active mines scattered all throughout the continent. Because of the gold rushes, you know. From what I understand, the rail network was pretty extensive before the Death Stranding, and unmanned trains filled to the brim with precious minerals ran day and night. I should mention that we're actually developing a new system that's something of a successor to the old railways. If you head north, you can see it for yourself. We really appreciate your help with this order. Until next time.
Oh, hold on. Let's get rid of that used anchor. Which is not letting me recycle. Oh. This area is beyond capacity. All right, let's go to the DHV Magellan, which is there. I feel like a lot of my screenshots are of like Sam on the left, destination on the right. There's a lot going on this picture. Let's try to minimize it. There we go. Can I park the car inside the Magellan? Do I even need to?
I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted. Perhaps we could take a break?
Yeah, I suppose we can take a break. It's been a while since Sam has had the chance to take a piss. Ah, yeah, we do have a garage. Nice. Are we getting a dream sequence? Apparently there's a patch that came out in between the last time and this time, 2 times ago and this time, where they added in live action stuff. It's Amelie. Already crying. That's what you do in the world of Death Stranding 2. You cry. But she's on her beach, so she's in theory dead?
Are you all right? You were talking in your sleep. Kept repeating the name Amelie.
I do admit, I like the stop motion animation on Dollman.
So, the files say you worked with Amelie to connect everyone in the UCA to the chiral network.
But she was always dead?
Despite their best efforts, an extinction event known as the Last Stranding seemed destined to kill us all. Until Amelie found a way to put a stop to it. She single-handedly sealed off the extinction entity's beach, preventing countless BTs from invading our world, and in doing so, saved humanity.
The
But why am
end.
I telling you this? You were there to witness it all with your own 2 eyes. And you, of all people, must know that humanity can never truly escape extinction. The ultimate goal of Drawbridge's mission is to overcome the Death Stranding. If we succeed, we will be fulfilling Amelie's dying wish. At least that's how I see it. The weapons they were wielding were impressive, and the brigands themselves were a tough, imposing bunch.
Were they? I kind of ran most of them over.
Scout ahead if it would make your life easier.
I have been.
Just toss me into the middle of their camp, and I can give you a better picture.
Can
of
the
what to
enemies
expect.
see Dollman?
It's not very sophisticated, but it works. Just promise you won't throw me anywhere weird.
Right in the buttocks of the
When
enemy.
the first APAC expedition came to Australia, the brigands saw them as invaders and rejected their overtures. They were unwilling to embrace the change that the chiral network could bring to their world. While their motives differ, I'm reminded of the Luddite movement and their violent opposition to new technologies.
Is it Luddite or Luddite? For some reason, I've always thought it was Luddite, but I don't think I've ever talked about said movement to anybody.
Ah, yes. Those wandering BTs we encountered, I believe people call them Watchers. A fitting name given their behavior. The way they seem to be eyeing us with such disconcerting intensity. Oof. They can't see everything, though. No, they've definitely got some blind spots. Meaning, you might be able to avoid combat by evading detection and sneaking past unnoticed.
I have been doing so. All right. And then let's take a shower, use the toilet. The first step to fulfilling our dream. We are hooked up to the network and the contamination's a lot better already. I have nothing but gratitude for Drawbridge. Whether we'll ever be a united country again, well, it depends on the people. We've received data from the Republic of Gamers, the ASUS brand that supports gamers of all stripes. Various new bonuses, including a hat, suit, and vehicle decal, are now available for use. Sam does not like cold showers at all. I don't think he's ever hit the cold switch. I'm aware of this, old Oz.
My word. My word.
that just now? Did something happen?
Dullman, I thought you were able to see the visions that I experience. What am I... Alright, what does the Magellan crew want us to do?
Sam, about the next site we wanted you to bring online with the Cupid. It seems we have a little problem. The tar currents nearby have grown unstable. Under these conditions, it's unlikely we'll be able to establish a chiral network connection. Our scans have identified a potential cause. An unknown device located within a brigand outpost to the north of West Fort Knot. It's hardly an elegant solution, but we need you to destroy it. When you're ready, take on this main order to proceed. The client in this case is the musician. I can't wait to hear what he has to share with the network. Don't let us down, Sam.
The musician?
Hey, Sam. This is Tarman. The disruptor device we need you to disable is located in this area. You should have no trouble whatsoever destroying it using MP bullets or MP shells. Alternatively, consider getting close enough to access the device directly. You can use your ring terminal to have APAS hack into it, allowing you to disable it without resorting to brute force. Be advised though, Sam, that some of the brigands you'll encounter on site will be wearing armor protecting both their heads and bodies, and that every one of these armored units will be wielding a rod. No doubt their aim is to fortify themselves against ranged attacks, allowing them to move in and engage you at close quarters. In light of this development, we've gone ahead and added armored enemies to our VR weapons and combat training programs. This way you can experiment with various methods and find a means of dealing with them that's suited to your personal strengths. That's all the information I have for now. Review your potential routes and finalize your equipment loadout before heading out. We're counting on you, Sam.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized.
An analog recording medium. We still have to deliver something. All right.
Vehicle customization services
Huh.
now available.
All right, what else can I afford? Let's see, augment your water canteen. Let's see, hacking, analysis of weather, recharges SAM battery during timefall. Does sound useful. Flood warnings, strand boost. Auto assist for posture. That sounds pretty good.
Feels good.
All right. Let's see if we can take the fight to them, to the brigands. I'll only be able to drive so far. The road only goes to such a distance. Like, we can already see the end of the road. I'm not sure what I'm going to do when I get to where I'm trying to go. I can tell you this much. I promise.
Sam, are you planning on entering enemy territory while carrying all that?
Yes.
That much cargo, they'll spot you in no time. Why not stash your backpack and any excess equipment somewhere safe? And take only what you need for now.
Take only what you need to survive. Bonus points if you know what that's from. Yep. Did he spot me? I think he did.
Here we go. Lift off!
Aren't that many brigands that I can see?
Stick a fork in me, Sam.
Oh, yep. We probably shouldn't just have doll man out and about. What are we gonna do? Throw the doll at our enemy? Ooh, that's a lot of metal. What is it detecting? I mean, this is where, like, having a faster hacking ability would probably be useful.
Oh, good job, Sam. You've disabled the target. All right, let's deliver the cargo.
Where are we delivering the cargo? Oh, way up there.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route.
I'll have to come back to get some of those metals, though. And hopefully they will still be there. Are you facing me? No, you're not. Good. Excellent. I suppose I can be sneaky if I try. Okay, which direction am I supposed to be going? Need to be looking at my right. All right. We're good. We're golden. We can move on with our lives. Though, like I said, I'll have to come back for those materials, especially if I want to keep extending the road. And I wonder how much this musician's place is going to extend the chiral network. Because it is a lot farther out than I was expecting. Excellent. All right. Although we're inching our way over to West Knot.
I have to rely on a very special power. My strength of will, you might say. The requisite focus can be rather exhausting, but I'm happy to grin and bear it since it's for your sake. So, if you deem it necessary, feel free to send me airborne as many times as you like. It won't use up any battery or chiral crystals either. All it requires is that I place my absolute faith in you. Which I do. So don't hesitate to ask for help.
Sure thing, doll man. That is a huge record player. I was going to say, it's been a while since we've found ourselves walking along to the serene music choices of Hideo Kojima. Actually, I wonder how much of the music it was picked by him and his team. And I feel like that's one of those things that you have to start asking if you want to start having a better understanding how games are made. Because, it's not the decision, it's not one man. He has a team of people who work for him that help with the design, that work on the design, that work on the writing. It's not just even if you look at a Hideo Kojima game and you can tell that it is its identity. You can feel the identity in the game versus say Horizon, which is made by with the same engine. That's actually probably the better comparison. Horizon and Death Stranding both use the same engine and a lot of the same tools. But at no point would you look at Horizon and say that this feels like a Hideo Kojima game, and you wouldn't look at Death Stranding and say that this feels like a Guerrilla Games game. And a lot of that is because of the team that works on the game that creates the tools. So, I feel like it's easy to say, maybe it is Kojima that leans into these music choices, because he does he talks about his more eclectic taste in music on his socials. But it's very easy to find yourself caught in the trap of always kind of handing out the achievements of a team to that individual director. when often like a lot of the time the auteur in the game industry tends to be more often the creative director and not even the game director. But that is going to be an unfinished thought for now. Let us visit the musician, see who the musician is.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Access the
Gen Hoshino.
Hold on. You're with Drawbridge, am I right?
Correct.
Brigands weren't too much trouble.
They didn't even notice me.
Glad you can make it. All right. Let's take a look at this cargo of yours. I can see you took extra care with this. Thank you. Talk about one crazy surprise. I've given up on this one. Appreciate it. I'll definitely have more work for you if you want it. I've been waiting a long time for this. Okay, use your Cupid to hook me up.
And there we go, another strand established in Australia. A shotgun. All right.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Ooh, I want to know. I wonder if I'm getting those bridge links not because I'm building bridges or roadways, but because people are liking my roads that I built. That's what's probably going on.
This is really something. I'm part of the chiral network, which means everyone can finally listen to my songs. Then with the music player, you'll be able to set the mood for your adventures. And just like that, the world's gotten so much bigger. Yeah, looks like my weapon data has been shared with everyone too. So about the recording you brought me, it almost sounds like a whale song. But there's something off about it. I'll need more time to figure it out. Anyway, I'll send you updates via the SSS.
You've shared weapon data?
Yeah, I got it from a friend who knows all about weapons. This is way back in the day, when I was traveling in search of new music. He said I'd need to protect myself, taught me how to use it and everything. But I never did in the end. Just as well, I'm better with instruments, you know? Apparently this shines when you break it out at close range. Incorporates the latest tech as well, so it ought to pack one hell of a punch. In an ideal world, we wouldn't ever need stuff like this. But I bet it's a necessary evil for you. You do what you gotta.
Are you making music out here?
Yep. I can really immerse myself in my work here. Sadly, all the music I've made never gets heard by anyone else. Still,
Until
that's
now.
about to change. Because of that update I pushed you earlier, the new music player function, remember? In it, you'll find a sample of my work. When you've got the time, be it on the job or relaxing somewhere, why don't you take a listen?
Whale song?
That tar man's the one who recorded it. Said he heard it while he was out tar fishing. Have a listen.
dealing with something like a whale. Another interesting thing to note, creatures that hear the song make an effort to avoid the source. There's not much else I can say with confidence. However, give me some time to analyze it, and I might get you some answers. Gotta get going, huh? Well, hey, thank you for the help. You know, I've been wondering how those brigands got their hands on that disruptor thing. I'm just saying, they certainly don't have the know-how to build one. It's kind of worrying. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I had another favor I wanted to ask, if that's cool. I lost some cargo near and dear to my heart, even though I tried my best to keep it safe. I've tracked it to this dangerous place. Too dangerous for someone like me. The request's open to anyone willing to accept, but something tells me you'll deliver. Get it? Anyway, if this kind of works up your alley, then take a look at my suborder.
Thank you so much, Sam. I have high hopes for his work, but I suppose we'll have to wait and see what comes of it. As for that strange device, it seems that its effect on the tar currents blocked all chiral communications. So I think it's only fair that we call it a chiral jammer. Anyway, while the currents in the area have settled down somewhat, we've received a number of troubling new reports. For one, a tar eruption was recorded in the direct vicinity of West Fort Knot. A group of figures clad in red and a large unidentified black mass were observed just prior to this eruption as well. Needless to say, the anomalous tar current activity near West Fort Knot may be related to these events, so we can't afford to ignore them and proceed with network expansion. We've got no choice but to investigate and address any cause that may be present on site. The corresponding main order has been added to this delivery terminal. I've got a feeling a difficult fight might be ahead of you, Sam. I strongly advise you to prepare accordingly.
All right, so that means we're not going to do that today.
Well done.
But we will take the suborder.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized. Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized.
All right. So we don't need to worry about making a shotgun yet.
Order accepted. Thank you.
Ah, somebody else made a Johnson. Ah, somebody's already made a climbing anchor.
Disengaging weapons restrictions.
Take care, Sam.
Dr. Lecter. Dr. Lecter, I think you've set your volume way too high. Where are we? Where's your stuff? Was it the medals? No, it's stuff farther down. Nope, nope. The lone commander.
Fuck.
That's what I said. Kind of. No, we're not gonna... For a second there, I forgot why I was heading in this direction in the first place. Frickin' lone commander. And the governor, or the government's base with his yeast paste collection. Everybody's just running around the country, dropping things in like the middle of nowhere. Alright, I think I could probably climb... and there's a model of a mythical creature.
Okay, just a bit further now.
The slope... So tall. Alright, let's go grab these things first.
Like you have what was requested. All that remains now is to drop it off.
Excellent. Also, what on earth happened to that ladder? Alright, let's go grab this model of a mythical creature on our way back.
Feels good.
It does feel good.
I will always support you.
Lector, with your quokka. I told you that you left your music too loud. It's going to attract BTs who used to love to dance in their life. Oof. We're gonna make it. This is fine. Even though we're carrying something that is taller than Sam on our back. Out of curiosity, let's take a look at the Yeah. I forgot about that. Damn it. My bad.
Access the delivery terminal to process your orders and requests.
Let's see. Can I fit in the building? I think the answer is yes.
Hey, Sam, I've been waiting for you. Decided to take on that order, huh? Okay, I'll check out the cargo then.
Yeah, we got another song. Yeah, and we're at 2.5 stars. A lightweight shotgun.
Gratitude with this data.
And more music.
Do you have enough materials? Why don't I...
Now displaying your current order grade.
Hmm.
You are incredible. And with talents like those, you might even catch their eye. The Tar Lake twins, that is. I went and shared another music sample with you, by the way. If you can.
The Tar Lake
love when you
twins?
gotta listen. That's right. Or so I've heard. They live on the edge of a tar lake to explore the limits of what a human being can handle. Only interested in meeting exceptional folks capable of pushing said limits. Sadly, nobody has come along that fits the bill. Makes for an interesting story, huh? Which has me wondering, what kind of person would be good enough?
Is this a favorite track of yours?
Yeah, got it from a kindred spirit in the UCA. Stuff that'll hit you right in the con-ha. A classic tune. When you head back to your room, have a listen. For real, you'll be hooked. Again, thank you so much, Sam. It's weird, though. How did something I know I'd stored safely end up in a place like that?
That is an excellent
Keep
question.
an eye on your own stuff. Take care, and please come back soon.
Like, for somebody who wasn't even willing to go and get it, how did it get there in the first place? I wonder if... Is there no more auto pavers to build? Do I have to clear out the base first before I could build the road? Lifelong meals. Sorry, Lone Commander. Hold on. Yeah, let's store a couple of these items. And actually, let's take on that last order, the standard order. Deliver the weekend zombies to the Western Environmental Observatory. And then after that, I think I'm going to be done for the night.
Order accepted. Thank you.
I'll be looking forward to your next visit.
So there's West Knot. I can't believe who the thief was. Oh. Oh yeah, those weird little creatures. They snuck into his shelter, helped themselves to his stuff. Do you think this might be the result of anomalies in the local environment? I've heard mule syndrome causing people to steal cargo, but I didn't know it could affect animals. I don't know what's causing it, but those little buggers aren't getting into my shelter, I can tell you that much. We need to be careful, that's for sure. Those things are dangerous. Definitely best to keep your distance. See, it's kind of interesting. Like, this game is a little bit closer to like your Fallout 3, your Fallout New Vegas. New Vegas is I think brings up the wrong intonations or implication. It brings up similar gameplay ideas to not gameplay ideas, exploration concepts to those games. The idea that you can see something in the distance and then you'll be there. And it's not the illusion of seeing something in the distance and being there. Like Last of Us is one of those games that gives you the illusion of seeing something in the distance. And that's that has a good spot. Like that's important because it helps you see your objective, you know you're going, you feel as though you're getting closer. As though you're moving within the world. As opposed to just kind of moving through a bunch of random buildings and showing up to where you were going. Alan Wake 1 does this especially, where they show you something in the distance. Although Alan Wake was built as an open world game. And it became a closed world game. Alan Wake 2... I think doesn't really do that as much because of its higher degree of claustrophobia. Like for example, in Alan Wake 1, there's a situation where you're trying to... Alan Wake has crashed his car. And he's trying to get back to civilization, figure out what the hell happened. How did he even get into that crashed car? He doesn't even remember being in a car. The last thing he remembers is diving into a lake to save his wife. And then it cuts to him in the car, and he's like, how did I get here? And he sees a gas station off in the distance. And the rest of that specific level is about getting to that gas station. I forget if you get to see the gas station a couple times or if it's just once in the distance. But the game does that a couple more times. Like you'll see like a bridge or a spot you're trying to get to, and then you spend a lot of the rest of the level trying to lead up to that. Whereas Alan Wake 2, like the forest is very dense that you explore. So much so that you can't really see that far beyond the trails that you're traveling through. If you see something in a more open area, such as, for instance, the... I forget if it's like a garage or restaurant, or it's the area where you find the murdered body at the beginning of the game. But that's like... the trail opens up to that area. There we have the auto paver. We need 240 crystals, 400 metals, 160 ceramics. I'm pretty sure the metals I can grab from here. I have the crystals. All right. He's got some ceramics on him, which is good. It's like, should I be doing all of this while I am delivering a breakable object? The answer is probably no. But at least I'm aware that the answer is probably no. And also, making myself taller and easier to spot is probably not going to help my cause. Also, I forgot I parked the car there. Also, I'm not entirely sure it's going to be safe for me to drive the car, but I will anyway. Because I'm confident I could be careful if I try. I feel like I've demonstrated that today. I wonder if everybody who contributes to the road benefits from all those extra likes. Like, if anybody... likes the road... like, everybody that has contributed... Yeah. I'm just saying what I just said, but backwards. I feel like that would be fair. And I said this was going to be my last job for the night, but I think I'm going to do one more thing, and that is finish up that section of road. Excellent, 0% damage.
Still slaving away at this hour, I say. I'll process your orders as quick as I can, okay?
legend of legends.
This could have. You're one hell of a
Ah, battle skeleton level 2.
hardworking soul who deserves this data.
And it has better cargo capacity.
We're increasing your allocation of material.
Now display your current quarter grade.
Flying kick.
This is a schematic for an enhanced battle skeleton. As you'll see, damage reduction has been improved along with battery efficiency. And when you carry it as cargo, it even occupies less space than before. Its increased power output also allows you to shift loads with greater ease than ever. With all those benefits, you're bound to be a fan. Our research into other technologies continues. With your help, we can accomplish even more. Take care of yourself.
All right, I think I need only... Okay, we're just focusing on the road. So let us claim 80 ceramics, because that's, I think, all I need. And I keep forgetting that I have all this other stuff for both the governor and the lone commander. The government space and the lone commander. But let us quickly get one last task done for the night. And I feel like that's why, like, maybe doing Death Stranding 2 or Death Stranding 1 and 2 as a Let's Play. Especially one where I intend not to edit, which is a choice. It becomes problematic because it focuses more on, like, the things that you accomplish. Like, if I was more willing to edit my playthrough, then you'd find, then I probably would be playing more, but displaying less. Like, I did a Let's Play of Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and there are significant sections where I just explored. I was just wandering in between locations. What did I do with the ceramic I got off that guy? Did I just store it? But anyway, with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, like, there's a lot of just wandering around, traveling from place to place. a little bit like this, going from side job to side job. And like when I did the Let's Play of it, like there were times I would just I would record and I would cut off like long lengths of recording, which there were times which I would record like 2 hours and I would have 30 to 45 minutes of usable footage because of that. But I think that's also why I'm trying to focus on having this be more about the journey than the destination. Because if, like, I feel like I keep sounding like Jonathan Frakes here, which is not a bad thing. If I'm going to sound like anybody, like, sounding like Jonathan Frakes is probably perfectly fine. Have you ever been on a long road trip? I find that when I'm driving to, like, work or say, I focus more on, like, how fast am I going? How fast are the people on the road going? I focus more on the distance that I'm traveling. I look at landmarks that I'm passing by, and I can say, okay, this is where I am relative to where I'm trying to go. The longer the journey is, the less I focus on the distance, and the more I focus on time. Like, when you start to drive for a really long period of time, it's less, it becomes less about how far away it is, because you know you've still got hours to go before you get to where you need to be. The miles you travel are minuscule in comparison to the miles you have yet to travel, but you must persist. Because with every small increment of travel, every step you take in the direction that you need to be going in is just going to add up, one after another. And before you even know it, you'll be there. That road does not go as far as I was hoping. But that's fine. Well, let's find out where the next auto paver is. For now, though, got any suggestions for something to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.